Well, good morning. It's about 8:35, Chongqing. I have class at 9, but before going to class, I thought I'd make a video about teaching English, and more specifically, when you seek a job here, what kind of things you need to find out, questions you should be asking your employer, right? Because if you just come in here blindly, take the first job offered without doing any research, you might find an employer that doesn't offer you a proper work visa, and you could find yourself arrested and deported from the country very quickly. So there's important things that you need to find out before you come here, questions you should ask. So let's take a look at some, okay? Such a nice view. So I guess the first thing you should think about if you want to teach English here is what level you want to do. You know, you could do kindergarten, you can do primary school, you can do middle school, high school, university, what else? Training school. Training school is the most often advertised job, I think, and that's the one that most people kind of start out or cut their teeth on. Training schools are good because usually they'll have lots of materials for you. They're quite modern. They'll have flashcards, touchscreens, things like that. Chances are they'll have other foreign staff for you to talk to. Their salaries are quite good too. Used to be kindergartens had the highest salary, but now you can find a training school that will pay 13 to 15,000 RMB a month. Or if you go to the bigger cities like Shanghai, Beijing, or Shenzhen, you can get 18, 19, or even 20,000 in the training schools. I started out with a training school. Training school is probably a good idea just to start, just to get some experience first, and then after a year you can, if you like it, you can stay there. If you don't, you can move on to something else. Okay, now university. Universities typically pay low. University salary will be maybe 5,000–6,000, or if you're lucky, maybe 7,000 or 8,000 RMB a month. So the salary's not great, but lots of holidays and low class hours. You might be only teaching like maybe 12 classes a week, and you'll get 2 months off in the summer, 2 months off in the winter. So lots of time off. And being university students, their English level is good, their class behavior is good. So if you want that nice, relaxed class environment, low working hours, and you're not concerned about pay, university is a good idea. Middle school or high school is also good too. Maybe a bit higher pay, but again, not too many class hours. You see the old ladies doing some morning exercises. Typically, kids will be preparing for exams in June. So they'll have classes March, April, May. Fall term will start in September, October, November, December, and maybe a little bit of January. And then Chinese New Year's break starts. So high school is a pretty good choice too. Primary school also. Primary school similar schedule, similar pay. The kids will go longer because they're not preparing for exams. The pressure on the high school kids is pretty intense to prepare and do well in these exams, so you have to work harder. And then your kindergarten will probably be, you know, September, October, November, December, January. Maybe you'll get 1 month off. Typically they also stop in summer, like July, August. Kindergartens will pay very well here. You can get a kindergarten job for 13, 14, 15,000 a month. Or in the first tier cities, yeah, you can find kindergartens that pay 18,000, 19, or maybe even 20,000 a month. Let's see, what else? What else is there to cover? Okay, we did the training school, kindergarten, primary, middle, high school. Yeah, so basically those are your options. Now, what should you be asking your employer, right? So you apply on the internet, you get a job interview. There's important questions you should ask your employer before jumping in. I guess the most obvious thing you should do first is should research your school on the internet, find some reviews, see if other people have given them a good review or a bad review. Some of these schools will not pay on time, or they'll pay late. They'll put kids in poor accommodations, or sorry, teachers in poor accommodations. You know, they'll say it's okay to work on a business visa or a travel visa, which it is not. Only work on a Z visa here. Anything else is too dangerous. But yeah, just go on the internet, find out what your school's name is. Look at some English teaching forums with reviews. Find out what other people have to say about them. Let's get in the shade here. Ah, it's hot. What else? Oh yes, ask to speak to another foreign teacher. That's right, if you ask the school questions about them, like do they pay on time, you know, do they treat teachers well, things like that, you know, maybe they're lying. But a fellow foreigner will be honest with you. So ask to speak to another foreign teacher there. Ask them questions like, do they give the proper Z working visa? Do they pay on time? What are the working hours? Make sure the working hours aren't crazy high. Travel also, sometimes you may need to get into a bus or a taxi. Travel from your house, maybe an hour, maybe more than an hour, to a place to teach. Okay, find out if you have to travel, if that's covered, if they'll reimburse you for travel, things like that. What else? What else to figure out? Okay, so yeah, when you're actually doing the interview with your employer, so questions again, the most important. Will they give you a Z visa? Do they have a license to hire foreigners? Make sure the school has a license to hire foreigners. Make sure they can give you that Z visa, because if the police raid your school and you're caught working on a business visa or a travel visa, you can get in a lot of trouble. A big fine, possibly a week or two in jail, and deported from China for at least 5 years or maybe more. So the consequences are quite severe if you're found to be not working on the correct visa. So only work on a Z visa. Second, working hours. Find out what your working hours will be. Do you have to do office hours? Get away from that guy, is annoying. Yeah, do you have office hours or not? Vacation time. What kind of holidays do you have? Do you have Saturday, Sunday off? Do you have Monday, Tuesday off? If you're in a training school, typically they'll give you Monday, Tuesday off. Weekends are the most busy because the kids that go to school during the week will come to the training school on the weekends to learn English. And conversely, if you work at a kindergarten or public school or something like that, you'll have the usual work Monday to Friday and Saturday, Sunday off. There's a work visa. I want to ask how many other foreign teachers are there. You know, you're the kind of person that's, you know, a bit lonely being away from their country. You want other foreigners to talk to. It might be more attractive for you to work in a place that has lots of foreign teachers. Some training schools hire, you know, 7 or 8 foreigner teachers. If you work at a high school or primary school or university, something like that, you may be the only English teacher there. So find out that. What else? Let me think. Materials. Find out what kind of materials the school has. Do they have flashcards? Do they have touch screens? Do they have a chalkboard? Do they have a whiteboard? I don't like going to places where I've worked at a couple schools or kindergartens where there's no whiteboard, they don't have flashcards, you have to print your own flashcards. It's much better and more convenient for you as a foreign teacher to just go in, have everything prepared, go to a place that has flashcards there, or a touch screen. A lot of these touch screens will built-in games into them, activities, things like that. So probably ask about what kind of materials the school has for you to use. I'm going to cut the video off soon. If you want my personal recommendation, like I said before, I would work at a training school just for a year, just, you know, just to give you some China teaching experience. It'll also give you a good idea of what you want to do in the future. Again, if you really like the school, you like the training school, you can stay there, you can re-sign with the school. If you don't, you can try something else. If you're like a high energy person, you're very active, I would say kindergarten is a good choice. Kindergartens pay well and they like active teachers. If you're a person that doesn't have any debt, you have no bills to pay back home, and you like travel time, I would recommend the university, because, you know, your salary will be low on China. It won't be so low in the West. It is low, like 7,000 or 8,000 a month in US dollars is a little over 1,000 US dollars a month. So the salary is not great, but again, you'll have lots of time to travel. And you don't need much money to do things here. Typically I spend 2,000 RMB a month on food, drink, and my bills, my utilities, things like that. In a future video, I'm going to do my apartment. I'm going to show you guys my apartment, average costs, what the average cost of living here is, and games. You're going to be relying on lots of English games here. They're quite big on that, so I'm going to show you several games and activities you can use in your class. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Really nice day. It's been nice and clear here for several days. So thanks for watching the first of my teaching diversification videos, and see you on the next one. Alright, hey there. So it's time to do the month-end Patreon shoutouts. Hope you guys like the video about English teaching. There'll be more. I'm going to show you like what kind of games I use in the classroom. It's very activity and game oriented. It's not like the West where you just stand up in front of the class and you know, you talk and the students sit there and they take notes. No, it's very involved and interactive, and you have to do things to make your class fun. So we'll get into that in future videos. So Francis scanner glass here. But the beer is, wait a minute, the can's somewhere. This stag beer, or Stangen in German, I guess means stag. I always buy German beer because it's so cheap and delicious, and it's full 5%. This one's 4.9, pretty much 5%. Nice, very nice drop, this one. And I put it in this Francis scanner glass. Okay, so Ken, Mason, Shauna, Lauren, Ben, Shelly, Lawa 86, and Nick Bobby. So same Patreons, like I said. My classes are getting less and less. My Monday, Tuesday high school classes just finished, and in the coming weeks there'll be even less and less classes. I have some classes in July, and then in August I'm going to go back to Canada, visit, and then come back at the end of August for the upcoming fall term. Alright, so thanks to the patrons, and we'll try to get more videos out now that I have more free time and less classes to do. Oh, I got a good collection of beer glasses now. This one was, I think 10 RMB plus 7 RMB for shipping. 17 RMB is like less than $4 Canadian, or in US dollars, three US dollars for this beer glass. Pretty nice. Okay, so like I said, more food videos and some videos on things you can do in your classroom to help with your classes if you want to come here and be an English teacher. Alright, thanks. See ya.